guys, how's it going? And welcome to this installment of Mike's Vehicle Vlogs. Thank you so much for tuning in. I don't really have a whole lot going on today. It is raining outside, it is a little chilly out there, and it's been, at this point of filming, it's been about 3-4 days maybe since I've even done anything with the Aztek. So I'm kind of on a break. Still trying to figure out how to get that engine mount off of the side of the engine, off the front of the engine there. And I've been asking people who work in the mechanic shops that I visit when I'm doing my my delivery route for my job. And everybody, honestly, at this point, who has kind of talked to me about it, they think it's just stuck on there. I told them what I've taken off of this engine. I told them about the top bolt that goes into the head. I've told them that I had to pull the air conditioner compressor off the bottom. There was another bolt down there. There was a tiny bolt on the side for the engine cooler, oil cooler line. And even the actual GM diagram was showing you that there's only 2 major bolts that hold that on. And I think maybe the air conditioner compressor bolts also kind of run into, go up in there also. But once the AC compressor is off, there's the bolt at the top, the bolt on the bottom, and then that little tiny bolt on the side, which really wouldn't hinder the actual bracket staying on the engine. So as of right now, it's just stuck on there from what I'm being told. I know that when these vlogs air, they are definitely being aired, far from now. I know when I get to this point, people are probably leaving comments if they know how to get this mount off, and if anybody is leaving comments, or they will, I appreciate that. Hopefully, the next video that we do when we tear the engine down, that bracket is coming off, and those heads will be off also. So that's it. There really isn't a whole lot left to do as far as getting that engine torn apart. We're down to the heads, and we have to get the engine mount off. We have to get the exhaust taken off both sides of the engine, and from there, I'm pretty sure we just got to undo those head bolts and pull those heads right off, and that's it. We're down to the block, and then we can see for sure or not if we've definitely had a head gasket issue. So that is going to happen in the next Aztek engine teardown video. We will get those heads off, and that's going to be it. I did say in the very beginning of this whole process that I was going to take my time with it. And, it's been maybe a couple weeks now since I started tearing everything apart, so we're going to do the same thing, putting it back together. We're going to take our time putting everything back together, cleaning everything up. I'm going to make sure that the power steering and the transmission lines will also get done before we assemble the engine back together, because now that we would be down to the block, we can definitely we should be able to get to things a little bit easier from that vantage point there. So, and then once we get those replaced and we rebuild, put the new gaskets on the engine and rebuild everything, I'm going to throw a couple new sensors on there. We're going to clean up some other sensors, new air filter, new thermostat, new serpentine belt. Whatever I can replace before we, completely put the engine back together, we're going to replace it. And hope for the best that the engine runs. And hopefully I successfully will have torn an engine down and rebuilt it. Like I said, not going to do it today. Don't know if I'm going to do it in a couple days. The snow is supposed to return at this point. Not calling for heavy accumulation, but they're saying freezing rain to snow. and I just don't know if I'm going to be out there doing anything with it while, you know, it's either raining or snowing at this point. Basically just because the engine is completely opened up now, and I don't want any other, you know, water or anything, you know, getting into it. So that's, like I said, we'll take it from there, weather pending. But the next time I'm out there doing anything with it, that stuff is coming off, and we will be down to the block. So we're so close. We're so close. On the Fiesta front, some of you guys, I just recently put the video up with the Fiesta in the transmission issue. Not really the issue, but the common occurrence with the dual clutch transmissions that Ford has been putting in the Focuses and the Fiestas. And you know, a lot of people have, you know, thumbed it up. I got 1 thumbs down so far on that video, but you know, I'm sure people are probably kind of wondering if it fixed anything. At this point, it's too early to tell. Around the 200-mile mark, after driving it for 200 miles since the software update has been put into the PCM and the TCM of the car, it's starting to shudder again. And I did question it to the dealership, and they said to just keep weighing it out, you know, let it ride out. It's probably most likely the computer's relearning shifting sequences based on driving habits and such. So the shudder is back slightly, and they said if it's not cleared up by the time we reach about 1,000 miles after the software update, then we will potentially be needing a new clutch. So that's where we stand at this point in time with the Fiesta. I still don't think the shudders have been as bad. There have been a couple of instances where it feels like it was kind of harsh, but other than that, you know, I drove it today. I took it to work and brought it home, and today I didn't really feel anything as far as the shutter. So today was a good day, but we'll just see where that takes us also when we get closer to 1,000 miles after a new software update. And now probably the moment that we are all waiting for. You guys are probably wondering, what is in this box that is on the thumbnail for this video? Funny story. I'm at work and my wife calls me. Well, I called my wife when I had some downtime. And as I'm on the phone with her, there was a knock on our door, and she thought that it was one of the neighbors. So, not gonna lie to you guys, you know, I don't really know my neighbors. I've been living in this house for over 3 years now, and I don't really know any of my neighbors. I know the guy who lives over here only because one of our trees died and fell into his yard, so I had to talk to him about 5 minutes for that situation. But other than that, I don't know anybody else in this neighborhood, and I'm okay with that. My wife and I don't really, you know, we kind of keep to ourselves. You know, I'm always busy doing anything outside of work anyway. I'm usually working on a video or music or whatnot, and she has her stuff that she likes to do, and you know, we just don't really communicate with neighbors other than maybe an occasional wave from time to time. So when my neighbor, who I don't know, is knocking on our door, I'm honestly thinking that maybe there's something wrong and I'm not home and stuff like that. It turns out that my neighbor a couple houses down has noticed that I now have a Pontiac Aztek sitting in my driveway, and he kind of went on to tell my wife that his family had a Pontiac Aztek, ironically enough, and he really didn't say, you know, well, obviously he didn't get into detail about, you know, how long they had it or whatnot, but they had one, and my wife was kind of telling him, you know, that my Aztek's not running, it's more of a project car at the time, and just kind of went on to kind of, you know, give those details and such. And he said that he had a never used camping package that that he was willing to give to me since he's seen that I had an Aztek now. So inside the box, I didn't even open it yet. I didn't even look inside this box yet, but the camping package is in this box, and he just gave it to me. So I'm very, very appreciative. I mentioned it even in the earlier videos of my Aztek when I brought it home. I wanted to invest in getting a camping package, you know, sometime down the road once we are all done with fixing the Aztek, and whether I'm honestly not sure if we're going to take it someplace to camp in it or not. I mean, I would like to use it. It would be fun, even if it's in the driveway. But yeah, I just wanted to wait until, you know, the Aztek is obviously running, cleaned up, and such, get all the major issues out of the way. But that's one thing that I've got now that I don't have to worry about getting in the future. So now we're going to look at the contents of this box. It is opened, like the box isn't completely sealed on the outside, but I think from what I can see, yeah, the boxes on the inside are sealed up, so everything in this box has probably never been used. I'm assuming never been used at all. And everything is probably here. We probably have the tent, of course the poles and stuff, and the mattress, which I've never seen the mattress in person other than one time at the actual Pontiac dealership when I was younger. Even today, in the cars that I've seen with the camping package, like when I had the '05 Aztek here in my driveway, you know, it had the tent, it had the poles and such, but I didn't see the mattress. And I bet the mattress is a hard thing to find because I'm sure over time they tear and they leak or whatnot, so they're probably garbage, but the entire kit is here. Let's take a look at the inside of this box. I recently just reorganized my room, so I have a bunch of random stuff just sitting everywhere. I haven't gotten the chance to clean, you know, thoroughly and organize, but so yeah, look, here it is, the actual GM part number and the camping package for the Aztek. Now there is a UPS label on the other side. I'm not going to show it, but the UPS label was dated from 2001, so they most likely had an earlier Aztek model like mine and ordered this for their Aztek, but probably just never got around to using it. So that's awesome that this, you know, he said that he had it in his garage and he was kind of pulling stuff out of it and decided to bring it over. So this is going to be the tent, I bet. You can see it's all bulgy and stuff, so yeah, that's going to be our tent, and this is most likely going to be the mattress. Look, you can see it's still taped, and that should be it. Nothing else in there. Oh wait, what's this? Seat spring caps. Okay, so these are going to be important from the looks of it. Have to open this up at some point, and now that is it. Alright, so let me get a blade and we'll open these boxes up and see how everything looks. I cannot find my box cutter, so I'm just going to have to use my rigid tactical knife. I've honestly never really used this. I've probably only used it 3 times. It's a pretty cool knife. The UPS label on the back of this box from 2001.
Yeah, he said it was. He said it was a long time ago.
That's awesome. Okay, so this box here is going to be the tent. Oh, it is all crammed in there.
Can we hold it?
Yeah, you can hold it. Oh boy, look at that. Nice and clean bag. Alright. That's amazing that he had this the entire time and never used it. Like, that's unbelievable. There's the tent itself, the actual camping poles for the support. That's still tied up and everything. Oh, that's awesome. Instructions and such. That is awesome. So I don't know if if the mattress is in like a bag like this is, or if it's... Ooh. There's the pump accessories. Oh, it's so soft. Feel that. It's like a velvet. Oh, I kind of don't want to unfold it, but I want to look at it. That's incredible that it's here and never been used. That blows me away. Now I get to play the game of folding it back up and trying to put it back in the box. Alright guys, and there you have it. The entire camping package for an Aztek, brand new out of the box. Amazing. I'm so excited. That made my day. After the day that I had at work, coming or getting that, talking to my wife and getting that phone call saying that he just gave me a free Aztek camping package, really made my day. So I'm excited. I can't wait to put it to use. And yep, that's really all I gotta say about that. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys are as excited about having that as I am. And yeah, I'm just happy I finally got that. So that's it for this vlog today, guys. Like I said, not a whole lot going on other than just a couple of updates and showing off the new brand new Aztek camping package. So if you guys enjoyed this vlog, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to check out teespring.com/stores/Mike's Vehicle Spotlight for all of your MVS and vlog apparel. And that's all I gotta say. We will get the heads off of the Aztek engine in the next teardown video for sure. And I'm hoping to have that filmed hopefully in a couple of days, depending on how bad the snow and such is going to be. So other than that, I'm done for the day. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.